Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Temple, for those kind words. How many of you have ever been asked a question that was so simple, but yet so profound that you found yourself unable to answer it? Anyone? Happens a lot at Woods. This happened to me this past Wednesday. Peter, Ben, and I were getting lunch in Chapel Hill. We went to Merritt's, across the street from which is a gravel parking lot with only one entrance. Remember that. If you're not familiar with Merritt's, just picture a small restaurant, a parking lot, and a 3-lane highway separating the two. I parked there successfully, which you know can sometimes be a struggle for me. We ate our BLTs, which you don't need to remember, and I returned to my vehicle. You know, the obvious sequence of events for a lunchtime outing. If you know Peter and I, you know what happens next is also pretty predictable. I backed out of my parking space and drove to the left. Peter goes, "No, Tommy, there's only one exit, you've got to go back to the left." I, unsurprisingly, replied, "No, like always, you're wrong, Peter." But I went to the right, and I found there was a rather sizable ditch separating my Toyota and 15501, and Peter was in fact not wrong. Thus, I began my 3-point turn of shame. And knowing Peter, you know that when he wins an argument, or in fact when any of us wins an argument, we insist on having the last word. Today he opted for one of his favorite rhetorical questions, which he utilizes often to highlight a friend's stupidity. The snarky, "Who even are you? Who are you?" This is a question we've been asked not just by Peter, but by Plato and Pythagoras. We've heard direct iterations of this question echo through the literature of Emerson and Wolff, and we've experienced indirect versions of this question in math problems that challenge us and excite our minds. When we went home each day and our parents asked us what we were learning, we would tell them about these exciting problems and the challenging questions posed by great literature and complex math. But in truth, that wasn't all. Now, as I stand before you tasked with delivering the valedictory, the official farewell, I think I am prepared to tell you what we truly learned at Woods Charter School. Who are you? At first, we responded to that question with our own, "Who am I?" Today, we are more confident. We have grown, we've developed an identity, and we've gained so much. What we've gained is reflective of our home here at Woods. I learned from Mr. Nelson that it was Abraham Maslow, the renowned developmental psychologist, who identified a hierarchy of humanity's needs for fulfillment and growth, a pyramid culminating in self-actualization. Self-actualization is being cognizant of one's talents and potentialities. Simply put, self-actualization is being able to answer the question, "Who are you?" Ours is a story of self-actualization. Before we could achieve self-actualization, Woods had to meet our more rudimentary needs. Maslow first identifies the physiological needs, food and water. Woods has a water fountain, and we have a lunchroom. We also have an overpriced vending machine, so we can check that off. Next, there's the necessity of safety. Well, brick buildings are pretty safe, and our windows can't be opened from the outside nor the inside, so check there. After that, there's love and belonging. Meeting this need is what Woods excels at. If it's not Ryan asking you how your day is going when you pass him in the hallway, it's Moya reminding you that kindness is a virtue. It's Dashiell's wit. It's the faculty's unbelievable selfless involvement in our education. This feeds into our next need, esteem. Our self-esteem flourishes as a result of the kindness shown to us by others. Finally, we have reached self-actualization. And it's not because we are waking up tomorrow as high school graduates that we will be able to answer the question, "Who are you?" No, it is because of seemingly small, insignificant moments here at Woods that have compounded over time to do some pretty amazing things. At Woods, we've shown one another compassion. We've been selflessly kind and giving because we know that those who we make sacrifices for now will return the favor to someone else later. Students ask how it's going. Students engage each other in debates, and we encourage each other to engage and participate in the classroom. Our teachers, they give up the material comforts of other jobs to invest a little in the future of the world. They sacrifice their afternoons to support us in our athletic endeavors, and they spend their nights replying to countless emails, at least half of which have typically come from me. And they put a passion into their area of expertise that goes beyond what could have ever been expected of them. Through these countless small, routine, and near daily interactions, we've been humanized. At Woods, we've been respected, we've been valued, engaged, and challenged. We've seen ourselves achieve amazing accomplishments with the talents we alone possess. What we've learned is that humanizing anyone is as simple as displaying compassion whenever we can, and through this, we've empowered each other. Empowerment means that we are not only aware of our identity, of who we are, but we are proud of it. Empowerment comforts you and creates a sense of place. We are empowered with the knowledge that we will get out of that parking lot of adolescence. For Woods has shown us not only where the exit is, but it has prepared us to cross over whatever road lies ahead into bigger and better things, even if Woods did get the last word. But still, life begs the question, who are we? Self-actualization is an individual process. We've had our basic needs met, and so we realize our own talents, which are specific, diverse, and unique to all of us. What we've learned is not what the answer to this question is, for there is not simply one, but it is how we answer such a question. At Woods, we've learned who we are. At Woods, we've grown profoundly, as I've said, through simply seemingly meaningless moments, and we have grown together through everything, silently and wordlessly promising to be kind and to care, with the expectation that others will do so in return. We will go forth with a compassion in our hearts that is reflective of the compassion we were shown here at our home, at this unbelievable place that is Woods Charter School. And when we are asked, who even are you? We will shout our answer aloud in a voice that is all our own. An individual voice cultivated here at Woods and nurtured by an incredibly caring and passionate set of students and faculty. That is who we of the class of 2016 are. Thank you.